On 16 and 17, we're graphing the image of the figure using whatever transformation we're given. So we just finished this unit. This should be pretty fresh on your minds. On number 16, we're doing a rotation, which is a turn. We're going around the origin, which was all we did in this class, which is this point right here. And we're going 180 degrees. So remember, every time you go around the coordinate grid and you go to a different quadrant, that's 90 degrees. So 180 degrees, it doesn't matter if you're going counterclockwise or clockwise, you're going two of the quadrants over, because each quadrant over is 90 degrees. So if we were going clockwise, 1, 2, we end up here. If we're going counterclockwise, 1, 2, we end up here. So that's why direction's not given on rotations, is because it doesn't matter. You're always going over two quadrants, which means we're catty-corner to where we are here. Remember, all of our points, when we go 180 degrees, 180 degree is a straight angle. So we know we're going to stay in a straight line from K to the point we're rotating around the origin to our new K. So we know our new K is going to be on that line formed between the origin and K. We also have to stay the same distance from the origin on the opposite side. So I can already go ahead and picture where my K is going to end up. Okay? You can also remember the rule for a 180 degree rotation. It takes your points, X, Y, and it just changes their signs. It's the opposite of the X and the opposite of the Y. So if we look at the coordinates of K, we go over 1 and up 2. So its coordinates are 1, 2. I know K prime will have the opposite signs, -1, -2. -1, -2 is right here. That's where my K prime ends up. I can check that with a ruler just to make sure that those 3 points are indeed in a line, which they are. Here's K, the origin, and K prime all in a line. So I can look at the coordinates of M, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So M is at 4, 2. I want the opposite signs on both the X and Y. So -4, -2. -4, -2 puts my M prime right here. And then L, oh, I can check that, don't forget. My M, my origin, and my M prime are all in a line together. My L is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 5. So I know I'm going to change the signs and go to -3, -5. -3, -5 puts my L prime right here. And again, I can check that L, the origin, and L prime are all in a line together, which they are. So I'm going to connect these 3 points, and that gives me my rotated triangle that has been rotated 180 degrees around the origin. So we can imagine this triangle went zoom and upside down. Remember, it's turning. So the L that was up at top is now at the bottom because it was turning as it was going around. On number 17, we have a translation, which remember is just a slide is all we're doing. A rotation, we were turning, but with translation, we're just sliding it. So it gives us directions to go. We want to go 3 units to the right and 4 units down. Okay, so there's 2 ways you can do that. You can just count. You can take point F and you can go 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, and 4 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know this is where F prime ends up. Or you can use the coordinates. So the coordinates of F, we go over 1, 2, 3 to the left, so that's -3, and we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's +5. So the coordinates of F are -3, +5. So I could use those coordinates, -3, +5, and since I'm going 3 units to the right, I would add 3 to my X. Remember, X is the left-right movement. If you go to the right, you add, and to the left, you subtract. And since I'm going 4 units down, I'm going to subtract 4 from my Y. Y is the up and down movement. If you go up, you add. If you go down, you subtract. So that'll give me the coordinates of my new point. -3 plus 3 is 0, and +5 minus 4 is a +1. And that's where my F prime is already. So it just depends on which way you like to do it, just counting over or use the coordinates. You could do it one way and check with the other would be the best. So with E, I'm going to go 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, and 4 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's my E prime. I'm going to check it with my coordinates. My E was at 1, 2, 3 to the left, negative 3, up 2, so negative 3, 2. So I'm going to take negative 3, 2. 3 units to the right means add 3 to the X. 4 units down means subtract 4 from the Y. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. 0, negative 2 is where my E prime ends up. G, I'm going to go 3 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 units down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's my G prime. Let's check the coordinates. Started off at the origin, so that's the point 0, 0. And since I'm going 3 units right, I'm adding 3 to the X, 4 units down, subtracting 4 from the Y. 0 plus 3 is 3. 0 minus 4 is negative 4. 3, negative 4 is where my G prime is. So I can connect these image points to create the translated triangle.